talk about some gear. All right, so starting off, I'm just gonna let you know I'm not gonna cover every little tiny thing, but I am gonna cover most everything that I use on a day-to-day basis. That's really my main pieces of gear that I rely on. Now, starting off with camera, and what most people want to know about is the Sony a7 III. Now, the lens that I'm using on that is just the kit lens, just a 28 to 70, 3.5 to 5.6, and I do hopefully plan to be able to upgrade that later in the year, but as of right now, that's my main lens that I use on this camera. Now, I'm not going to go super into depth onto why I picked this camera because I've already made quite a few videos about it, and I will leave it linked down in the description below. But essentially, when it comes to being a good hybrid camera, this camera is a super good hybrid camera. It's really good at photo, really good at video, and it's pretty great at a lot of things as well. Pretty much its only shortcoming is it doesn't have a flip out screen, but I knew that when going into getting this camera. So that's the camera. Let's jump right into audio. First off, main microphone is the Rode VideoMicro. A couple reasons I use this microphone. It's a super affordable microphone. It runs about $50. Second, it's super durable. The microphone capsule is fully metal, and there is a detachable cable. So if the cable ever goes bad, you just replace the cable. Don't actually have to replace the whole microphone and go through all that. And three, even though it's not powered, I find that it is a fairly sensitive mic, so you can capture good and clean audio. Now, that microphone is plugged into this extension cable. Now, someone asked me about this extension cable. I can't suggest it because it's Radio Shack and they went out of business. So I do just suggest you pick up the Rode extension cable. Now, that extension cable is running straight into my Sony a7 III. Now, I normally do not run it straight into my camera, but recently my Zoom H1 has been having problems. It's getting kind of old, so that's probably the next piece of gear to get retired and replaced. And, you know, you can't have audio that's sounding and randomly jumping for no reason. Thanks, Zoom H1. And last but not least, I have this microphone boomed right above me on just a normal microphone stand. Now, I would not suggest this if you shoot any shots where you're standing up, because it's probably not gonna be tall enough to get out of frame, but seeing that most of the shots that I'm doing, I'm sitting down, it works perfectly, and it tends to be more affordable than just a normal boom microphone stand. But that's pretty much it for the audio. Let's jump right into lighting. All right, so currently I'm using all three of my main lights to actually light this scene right here. The first one is right there. All right, so this light is the Aperture Amuran AL-M9. Now, I really do like this light. I got it recently. You don't have to worry about bringing batteries or putting batteries in it. It's just got a little USB port so you can just charge it on the go or whatever. And it's super, super small. As you already saw, I just had it set back there behind that little plant, so then it worked as an accent light. Now, that's mainly what I use it for, but it does get super bright. So if you do have to key anyone, it's gonna make some harsh light on them, but it definitely is bright enough to be able to key someone. Especially if you want to just throw this on top of your camera. And the nice thing, it comes in this nice little case so you can throw it right in your camera bag or whatever. Super, super versatile light, and it's fairly affordable. But that's it for this light. Let's move on to that one right up there. All right, now as for this light, I have been using this light for a very, very long time. It is just a super cheap LED panel. You can find a bunch of these online. As for this particular model, you'll probably be able to find it branded under a bunch of different names. But essentially it's just a little LED panel. It takes Sony NPF batteries, or you can plug it right into DC power, and it's super, super bright, as you can see here. Now the thing is, it does not have good color accuracy at all. It tends to have a green shift, so that's why I'm really never using this as a key light. Even if you put any sort of diffusion on it, it just makes skin tones not look very good. So that's why most all the time I'm using it just as a little accent light, as you saw there. As for my last light, and the one that is keying me, and honestly one of the best investments that I made when it comes to camera gear, is the Godox SL60W. Now this essentially is an Aperture 120D competitor, but instead of it being 120 watts, it is 60 watts, but it still has a ton of output. So this is a super versatile light, considering that it has a Bowens mount on the front as well. So with that Bowens mount, I can put snoots on the front, and I can put huge soft boxes like I have on it currently. I have a soft box from Godox, which only runs around $40. And as you can see, it makes this nice soft light on me. But that is the final light, and let's move on into one more thing that I use all the time to make these videos. All right, now the last piece of kit that I'm using on almost every single one of these videos that you see here on this channel is the 3-pod tripod. Now when it comes to being an affordable, good video tripod. This thing has super sturdy legs and a nice fluid style head. I don't think it's technically fluid, but it does fairly smooth pans and tilts with this tripod. The only complaint that I have is seeing it as a bowl head video head. Sometimes it can slip a little bit, so you just gotta really make sure to tighten it down really well. But that's pretty much it for this video and all the gear that I use to make these videos. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button right down below. If you're curious about any of these things that I mentioned in it, I would try and have links to as many things as I possibly can. Those will also be affiliate links, so if you do use those, super appreciated. And that's pretty much it for this video, and I will see you later. That was the awkwardest sign off I've done yet.